That is still kind of weird how that just blips up like for a split second. That refreshing crispness in the air. The vibrant fluffy of reds. The vibrant flurry of reds and oranges and yellows gently swirling down from the treetops. See, this is some pretty poetic stuff right here. It's definitely autumn. And with autumn comes Halloween. While I'm not into horror as much as someone like Yuri, I've always enjoyed Halloween. It gives a good excuse to indulge in all things horror, not to mention prank friends and enemies. Trick or treat, right? Man, Sayori and I used to go all out on each other when it came to Halloween pranks. Speaking of which, she's late, as usual. Sayori, there you are. Hurry up or we'll miss out on all the fun. Oh my gosh, she dressed up as McCree. Okay. Ah, I'm running as fast as I can. I took a little nap after school, so I was putting on my costume. A little nap, huh? Something tells me that this nap was more than just a cat nap. Well, you still look pretty nice at least. A cowgirl, huh? It's high noon. Liking the Halloween twist on it, has a really cool vibe to it. You look great as well, Daniel. What am I dressed up as? I haven't seen you in a costume for ages. It's really bringing back memories. It's all coming back to me. Okay. Ah, thanks. Yeah, can you believe that I actually put effort into this? You mean you're not just wearing a t-shirt that says, "This is my costume"? I laughed to myself. There I was thinking I'd outgrown Halloween, yet here I am. Well, you have to. It's Halloween after all. Or are they going to leave it to our imaginations to think about what he's dressed up as? Fine then, I'm going to imagine that he's dressed up as a dancing lobster. I just wonder what the others are going to look like. Her question lingers in my mind as we make our way to school. Along the way, I spot a couple of other people, also dressed up. One guy doesn't look too out of the ordinary. Brown fedora, red and green sweater. It's his glove that's a giveaway. It sports a row of blades. Upon closer inspection, his face looks charred and burnt. Impressive makeup to say the least. It's Freddy Krueger! Sayori flinches as she passes him. Ah! I don't like the look of that guy. I bet he'll give me nightmares. Nah. But if you do have nightmares, he'll be in them. Whether that was an intentional pun or not is up for debate. I'm a little surprised that they haven't even mentioned Freddy Krueger by name. Well, for the most part, they aren't really mentioning any like brand names or whatever by name. Oh, look at them, Daniel! I can't help but grin as I see what Sayori's pointing to. A group effort with one person in a brown Great Dane dog onesie. Next to him stands a nervous-looking guy with shaggy brown hair, while a confident-looking blonde man leads the pack, accompanied by two women. It's a pretty big contrast from the costume we saw beforehand. The walk to school feels more like a parade, with a variety of characters ranging from horror to cute, western to eastern. It's like, where's Osaka Behime? Okay, no. A creepy-looking pale girl with jet black hair covering her face ambles past us without saying a word. Sayori clings to me. Relax, you're fine. As long as you didn't watch a certain videotape, in which case you probably have less than 7 days to live. Why do people have to dress up so scarily? Well, it is Halloween, right? I know. It's just that some of these costumes and makeup are so convincing. I squeeze her hand gently. She's not your girl. Not in this universe, anyway. Sayori, they're just people having fun. Look, I'll say hello to the next one. You'll see, they're just celebrating Halloween, and there's nothing to be afraid of. That's what you say. She doesn't look very convinced, but nods anyway. The next person to walk by us doesn't look too scary. Kinda looks like a janitor, with dark overalls and an expressionless white mask. Okay, well... It's like, yep, it's definitely not Halloween until you run into Michael Myers. Sure, the mask is a bit unsettling, but at least he... Okay, never mind, he's got a huge knife. Yeah. Hey, nice costume! The masked man doesn't reply, although he does stop walking. Now he's just standing there wordlessly, looking at us both. He's just standing there, menacingly. Get out of there, SpongeBob! I don't think this is doing Sayori any favors. You, on your way to a party? No response. He tilts his head as his fingers fiddle with the hilt of the knife. Well, Sayori tugs on my sleeve as the man carries on walking. Maybe he was a mime. Yes, he was a janitor mime who walks around with a knife. Sure, let's go with that. You call that a knife? This is a knife. The school grounds look completely different at night. With the lights out, the usual noise is absent. The whole building has a totally different vibe. And it's locked. I can't help but shiver slightly as we draw closer. It's crazy how the hustle and bustle of the place really brings it to life. With all of that gone, the sleeping school looks like a typical haunted building you see in horror movies. With windows devoid of any light, the windows devoid of any light are sinister and uninviting. The faint light of the moon basks the ground in an ethereal glow. Either way, we must be the only students who are breaking into school to celebrate Halloween. It's like, well, I mean, honestly, in a sense, it's almost like, who in their right mind would do that? Aside from you guys, I mean. Hardly the most wild of places to break into, but the sight in front of me confirms that it's perfect for the festivity. Daniel? Don't tell me you're scared, Sayori. Hey, you are too. I puff my chest out in a comedic display of faux bravado. I am not. She playfully rolls her eyes. If you say so. By the way, where are the others? I don't know. Right behind you. I can't help but let out a yelp of surprise at the unexpected voice, as the unexpected voice causes me to jump out of my skin. Meanwhile, Sayori is in a furious fit of giggles, shaking with laughter. Hey, what's so funny? Don't tell me you weren't scared either. I saw her coming. Oh, so you were like right on cue. Okay. So Monica's a witch. Okay, and I guess that was kind of my Monica voice. Monica holds an expression torn between sympathy and amusement. Sorry, Daniel, but it was too good of an opportunity to pass up. You should have seen your reaction. I pull a face. Give me your face. Okay, no. I'm not Optimus Prime. Very funny. Nice costume, by the way. She does a twirl. Thank you. I wasn't sure what to go with in the end. It felt weird putting on a costume. I can't remember the last time I did anything for Halloween. I'm guessing this is the first time you've broken into school, right? I mean, yeah, she's a star honor student who does everything right and never does wrong. You shouldn't be proud of that, Daniel. Oh. It's like now Monica's disappointed in us. Oh, come on, Monica. Where's your rebellious teenage spirit? She left it the day that she decided to become an honor student, and to never cause trouble and tarnish her good name. You're a witch, after all. Aren't they meant to get up to mischief? Yeah, come on. It'll be a lot of fun. No one will find out. Those are some very fate-tempting words there. In all the excitement of preparing for Halloween, I totally forgot that Monica was a perfect student. Exactly, so if you get her into, or if she gets into trouble, it's like, imagine what that would do for her. She would be ruined. The thought of breaking in, especially into school, must be completely foreign to her. Still, sometimes you've got to have a little fun. Today of all days as well. A wry smile works her way onto her face. Just for today. Although I must say you definitely look nice with your hair done like that. As it turns out, breaking into school is kinda easy. Oh jeez. It's like, I don't know, mod developers. How do you know? Okay, no. That or we just got lucky. We managed to find a window that's unlocked. Okay, well, let's go with that. The interior of the darkened school looks just as spooky as the exterior. No, I would imagine that it looks more scary. My imagination is doing me no favors. Every sound we make seems exceedingly unwelcome, like we've stumbled into the den of a monster. Even with Sayori and Monica near me, I can't help but feel uneasy. I was all for the idea of breaking into school. But now that we're actually inside, it's only just dawning on me how creepy darkened schools really are. I swear I heard a rumor a couple of years ago. A student committed that in this very school. Did she hang herself? No! I shiver as I simultaneously try to block out the memory and remember more of it. Wait, block out the memory and remember more of it? So you're trying to forget it, but remember it. I don't know. And it's like, trust me, I don't need to remember anything from that. No, that wasn't it. She just disappeared one day. No trace of her. Almost like her very being was just deleted. Gone. Just like that. I mentally shake myself. No, that didn't happen. Or did it? These are just silly rumors that school kids like to spread to creep each other out. Like La Llorona. Or, no. Well, at least most of the parents where I live do. But a part of me can't help but imagine. What if it did actually happen? Would her ghost still be roaming these very halls, twisted with vengeance, prowling for victims? Oh my... Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to see that. What if... Here we are! Okay, well, I'd rather take a jump scare from this Monica than the creepy... Do I look pretty? Monica from Monica After Story. Monica's voice snaps me out of my spectral spiel. Like I said, I really do love her hair like this. Okay, I'm sorry, alright. It's like, I'm sorry that I'm kind of crushing on Monica.
Lady, hear me tonight, 'cause my feeling is just so right.
Well, I guess if my Monica After Story videos aren't any indication. We're outside the club room. I can spot Yuri and Natsuki inside, poring over a pumpkin carving. How'd they get in here? I guess the same way we did. It's a shame we're doing it in this room. Why? Huh? Why? Exactly. Well, it's Halloween, right? The classroom opposite to us is where that one student hung herself. What? I freeze as Monica winks at me, opening the door. Monica, no! 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 Okay. Hey, guys! You two look great! Oh, hello. Yuri blushes. It looks like she's gone for some sort of gothic vampire outfit, which, given her taste in horror and poetry, is a really good fit. Ooh, I like this remix here. Yeah, she almost looks like Charlotte from Crush Crush. Well, except it's not a gothic Lolita thing. This is a full-on, like, gothic. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Gothic Elizabethan period time thingy.
Thank you, Monica. It is quite enjoyable to express my love for horror in this way.
Or Carmilla. Well, no, that's full-on, like, vampire thing kind of going, but... I know, you could probably pass it off for that. Anyways,
Poems are, of course, gratifying to write, but this makes a nice change.
Sayori wanders over, trying to figure out what Yuri's meant to be.
Are you, a vampire?
Okay, well... I mean, I said, like, Carmilla, so...
Yes, a gothic one, in the vein of Anne Rice's vampires. It's not too dark, is it?
No, I mean, at least you don't look like Carmilla from Fate Grand Order. Not that there's anything wrong with her, but... well... anyways, like... me kind of being slightly afraid of her aside. Relax, Yuri, it's Halloween. It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. It's fitting. And ironically, Carmilla is like one of my most used assassin servants. Well, she serves me well.
I really like yours as well, Natsuki. Pretty spooky.
Okay. Oh my god, it's Sans! I don't know.
Oh, that should be your name for today. Sayori, what the heck are you?
She's McCree.
Not spooky!
Okay, well.
That's your new name! It's super fitting!
Natsuki looks over at Monica and Yuri in a desperate plea.
Please save me.
After getting no response, she sighs deeply and starts up again.
Sayori? Yeah?
That is literally the stupidest thing I've heard all day. Everyone but Sayori breaks out into laughter. Just like the good old days.
Hey, that's super mean.
Sorry, but it's the truth.
But it's cute.
Not really. It's not like Azunyan. That's cute.
Cute? I'm a skeleton. How in the world is that cute?
I don't know, I guess someone could probably figure out a way.
It's Halloween. This day is supposed to be, like, the opposite of cute. Well, I won't lie. That's a pretty fitting name, not spooky.
Oh, brother. She's getting in on this. She grins.
Sorry. Oh, come on. Yuri could have come up with a better nickname.
Okay, well, Yuri, let's hear it.
Yuri? You're putting me on the spot here, Natsuki.
To her credit, at least she didn't call her not spooky.
Daniel?
Sorry, I can't really deny Sayori her moment of glory.
Fine. But only if I get to give her a dumb nickname too.
Okay, well, I can't really think of one. Natsuki's name pretty much has a lot of potential. Natsuki, Gothsuki, Buffsuki, obviously.
Wait, Sayori, what exactly are you?
I told you she's McCree.
A cowgirl, right?
Sayori tips her hat and adopts the southern cowboy drawl. I didn't expect them to literally make the Overwatch reference for me. Oh well. Let me see, how can I do a Sayori voice with a southern accent?
It's high noon.
Okay, well that's probably the best you're gonna get out of me. Otherwise, it's high noon. Well, not a very good one. Yeah, my IRL Western accent isn't all that good.
Unless I'm trying to be a Southern Belle. My Bonnabelle voice.
Oh, my voice cracked there. There's a silence for a moment. If you listen closely, you can almost hear a tumbleweed going by. Fitting for a cowboy, at least. Sayori, it's midnight. And you're an idiot. You uncultured swine! It's high noon then! Or, it's high moon then! Okay. Works for me. You've been watching too many spaghetti westerns, Sayori. Well, at least she's not walking around with a fistful of dollars. Spaghetti? I hope she made lots of spaghetti! Oh, sorry, I can't do that Luigi voice. Now I'm just hungry. Alright, the food. This is part of the reason why I like Halloween. It really brings everyone together, even if the premise of the festivity is a bit dark. Alright, it's like, does anyone know the story of Halloween? I used to know it, but then I forgot about it. Figured you'd like Halloween the most, Yuri. And it's like, I know a lot of women who are like super into Halloween. Like, I know a girl who was actually like, when was her birthday? October 29th, so it's like, she's quite literally almost like a Halloween baby, so... It's pretty much a day dedicated to horror. Yeah, it's like a lot of women I know are like totally into horror. In fact, I know Brianna Knickerbocker is like a horror fiend. She is like the mistress of the butterflies. The horror mistress of butterflies. Okay, anyways. Although it's pretty great seeing a skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all in the same room. A skeleton, a cowboy, a vampire, and a witch all walk into a bar. And it really hurt. And there was a dancing lobster. Not exactly every day you get to see that. I just remember all the silly things we'd get up to. All the pranks, the scary movies. Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's what makes it fun. Plus, I can't wait to scare you all with my ghost story. Oh. It's gonna be the best. Aw, not spooky. Please don't make it too scary. We already passed a bunch of people in terrifying outfits on the way here. This horrible guy with a glove made of knives. And don't forget about the janitor with the knife. Yuri smiles softly. No surprise she recognizes the character. Now it's like, you uncultured swines! Well, not you. You recognize the character. I'm surprised she doesn't, and, well, I don't know if she does. You won't sleep well tonight, will you, Yuri? Yuri knows what's going on. Sorry, Sayori. Can't make any promises. We all share a collective laugh as Sayori pouts. Speaking of festivities... I brought something that I believed would contribute to the intoxicating nature of the mysticism of Halloween. It's rather decadent, but since it's a special occasion... Yuri slides a slender black wine bottle out of her bag. I forgot where I read this, that she brought a bottle to school, and... I don't know. Its glass takes on an alluring shine beneath the fluorescent lights. I was able to find a nice Chianti. As a heads up, I know nothing about wine or alcohol or any of that stuff. So, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm sorry. But it's like, I don't even know what that is. Yuri? Is that apple cider, Yuri? No, I think it's wine. I've done nothing wrong again, haven't I? Or, I've done something wrong again, haven't I? You've done nothing wrong again. It's like, yes, you're doing the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't think alcoholic drinks are allowed on school grounds now, are they? You got that right. Not to mention that we're underaged anyway. Although that's never really stopped anyone from drinking.
I'm sorry, I just thought that given that we're trespassing anyway.
Oh, it's like, we're already getting in trouble, so why not kick it up to 11?
I don't know what I was thinking, and now the atmosphere is ruined too.
No, it's not ruined unless you mention the thing that shall not be named.
It's fine, Yuri. At least you didn't bring it during a regular club meeting.
Ah, yes. I wonder if she's making a meta reference to that. Dang it, I wish I could remember where did I read. Was it a story? Was it a mod? Was it a little tidbit that Dan Salvato did? I don't know.
Just be careful not to let anyone catch you with it.
Like who? I'll have to admit, though, you're the last person I would have expected to bring something like that here. Yeah, no kidding. When I read that, I was like, really, Yuri? I would have expected this... Actually, I don't know what I would have expected this kind of behavior from. Not Monica, because she's too much of a upstanding citizen. Sayori's too happy and innocent. Natsuki, I don't know. And then there's Yuri, who's mature, level-headed, and seems to want to follow all the rules, but... Anyways.
Pfft, Yuri must be under the influence of the witching hour or something. There's an hour or so until the witching hour.
Well, at least it's not the hour of the beast. Well, unfortunately we can't have that.
You know what I mean. Hey, it's okay. It'll just add to the story.
The story?
Yeah, you know, the story that we'll be telling people later about tonight.
Oh, no. Do not do that.
Hey, you better leave that not spooky stuff out of it.
No, well, you're gonna ruin Monica's reputation doing that.
Nope. Sayori! Not spooky! Alright, cut it out, you two. To be honest, though, I am a bit curious about how the wine tastes. I don't know you anymore. Monica, you're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan. Wow, Monica, you sound so masculine now.
Oh, come on, Monica. Aren't you supposed to be the responsible one here?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know you anymore. Anakin, you're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
You're right.
She casts a wistful gaze at the wine as she says that, though. Oh... Just because she says that doesn't mean she still doesn't want to. Sayori and Natsuki seem to be glancing at the bottle curiously as well, while Yuri hesitantly stows it back in her bag.
Okay, everyone. Let's move along to the main events, shall we? Who wants to share their poem first?
So, I guess I will go ahead and go with Natsuki first. Oh, I don't even get to interact with them. The dark. Sometimes I lay awake at night, sitting in a room devoid of light, and I think about the monsters waiting in the dark. I can't even imagine what they look like. Maybe sharp claws, a skin lined with spikes, maybe a mouth that could swallow me whole, maybe red eyes that could pierce my soul. Maybe they could eat me right now if they wanted, and yet they wait. Waiting for me to close my eyes, waiting for me to dream of the light, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But now I'm thinking about the monsters, and I'm lying awake in the dark.
Yeah, I know it's not great. Actually, I quite like it, Natsuki. It's pretty obvious that horror is something out of your comfort zone. But you did an exceptional job at combining your style of writing with horror. Fear is a very complex emotion, so it's a challenge putting it into simple words. But I'd say you did quite well.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Okay, well.
I would have to agree with Monica. Fear isn't something that is meant to be completely understood. The complexity behind what a person fears and why they're afraid of it is almost unfathomable. Your poem is about a fear of the dark, Or more specifically, a fear of the unknown, yes? Yeah. Just, I don't like not knowing what's there. I don't like not feeling safe. Welcome to my world. My poem is all about how your imagination plays tricks on you when you're in the dark. You know there's no such thing as monsters, but like, you can never be completely sure. That's what scares me, that uncertainty. I can relate. But as I was saying, it's certainly a feat encapsulating something as complex as fear into 4 simple stanzas. Natsuki smiles proudly. What can I say? I'm good at what I do. Well done, well done, Natsuki. Sayori, if you say that one more time, I'll... Anyway, moving on. Okay. Guess I'll head on down the line. Yuri, are you gonna talk to me now? Ethereal. Somber sounds of midnight malice float around a chastised chalice, riding otherworldly winds. Letters. Torn from nails pinned. Okay, well, I hope I'm doing that right. A looming figure takes my hand, leading me through with symphony cant. Cumbersome weights ride my shoulders with the serenity of falling boulders. Their words are muffled by lament. False reassurance fails to dent the fierce facade of fleeting fear. Oh, nice one. I love that alliteration. Time is lost, no longer here. Cobalt nerves. Cobalt waves, fractured soul, with the luminescence of coal. Clocking footsteps from below. Echo, 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 echo. Where'd the music go? For a moment the room is silent. Oh no, I went too far, didn't I? Nonsense. No, it's just the kind of thing we're looking for. Would you like to tell us what you were thinking of when you wrote this? Okay. Yuri takes a deep breath. It's a bit hard to describe, but sometimes there are nights where my mind just seems to be full of noise. Nights where I can hear... She trails off absent-mindedly. Did she get caught up in her own poem that much? Hey, to Yuri. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked. It's okay, Yuri. Don't feel like you have to rush. Even if Natsuki says otherwise. Yeah, take your time. Take your time, do it right. You can do it, baby. Okay, right. Well, as I was saying, I wanted to try and capture the feelings one might have on a bit of a dark night. Wait, aren't all nights dark? Well, she's not wrong. It's a metaphor, Sayori. I think Yuri's trying to talk about when people are going through a difficult time. Before the dark time. Before the Empire. That's right, Daniel. A young Jedi called Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine, hunted down and destroyed the Jedi Knights. The dead of night can be very fickle. It can be a peaceful time as the world around us winds down. But sometimes being alone with our thoughts can be terrifying. Indeed it can be. That poem was an attempt to reclaim some of that darkness. Sayori is just standing there, jaw dropped. Well, I think you did a great job with that, Yuri. Yeah, I really liked it. You did? It's like, Sayori, are you listening? Thank you. Okay, Sayori speaking from whom? My old friend. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
there is a dark and hollow thing that follows me, or that follows close and to me clings. It sticks to me and turns in turn when I spin around and discern, in the dark, in the deep, the faintest shape that it keeps. It goes away when sunlight shines. The sunshine, sweet and warm and kind, but does it really? Is it gone? Or does it secretly keep on? Is it really hiding there, staring from beneath the chair, glaring from atop the stairs? Nowhere, but everywhere. You cannot destroy me, for I am everything. Okay, I'm not Makuta. In the corner, in the gap, I stare in, and it looks back, weighing down, draining out.
That was very interesting, Sayori. It's like, thanks, it's a symbol of my eternal suffering.
Okay, no.
I always enjoy seeing a poet step out of their comfort zone a little bit, especially when it comes to writing horror. What do you mean? You typically don't write darker poems, correct?
Oh no, I mean, the Bottles one was dark in its own way.
Unless I've misinterpreted. No, you're right, Yuri. This was a real change of pace, and it was fun. Well, I'm glad my suggestion has gone down well, then. I figured it would be fitting for the occasion.
Seriously, I wonder what would have happened if I skipped Halloween. Don't give her too much praise. She'll start thinking she's the next Stephen King. Oh no.
Hey! I'd be a great horror writer.
Sorry, I just can't picture it.
Actually, no, wait, I wouldn't. I'm not a big on, I'm not that big on, actually scary stuff.
Makes sense. What's this poem about, anyway? What did Monica tell you? It's like you shouldn't be asking what a poem's about.
Ooh. Well, it's about whatever you think it's about.
Okay. Well, in this case, I am thinking of Hello, Darkness, my old friend. And it gets chased away whenever there's a ray of sunshine. But those seem to be very far and few. For you, anyway. Are you trying to sound like Yuri?
No, silly. I didn't write it with a specific thing in mind. It can be about whatever you fear the most. Hiding away, always there, never leaving. Even when you think it's all sunshine and rainbows.
Seriously, she's crying out for help here.
It never truly goes away. So, it can be whatever you think it is. A terrible secret, a scary monster, a childhood fear of the dark. It could be made up, or it could be real. It doesn't just scare you. Maybe whatever it is drains you as well.
Like depression does to people? To the point where it doesn't allow them to function properly? Maybe even have trouble sleeping at night and waking up in the morning?
Bit by bit.
Also, the music just got more scary. I know I'm late on that.
And what makes it scary is knowing it's always there.
Holy crap. It's safe to say that no one expected that from her. Yes, because she's been hiding this the whole time. And none of you know except me, because I come from the future. The temporary silence in the room confirms that. Natsuki frowns, evidently nonplussed by what she's just heard. That's good, though, because she's trying to make you feel unsettled. Even the cool, calm, collected Monica looks a little taken aback. Help, Sayori! Someone, please. It's like, why do I get the feeling that it's gonna have to be me in the end who does it? Well, I will be the one then. Yuri, on the other hand, smiles contently, seemingly unfazed by the somber explanation coming from Sayori's mouth. Because she's already dead inside. Okay, no. No, well, she's a horror fiend, so obviously she eats this stuff for breakfast. It's her literal bread and butter. Wow. Okay, it's not just me who didn't see that coming, right? No, well, you didn't, but I did. Laughter fills the club room.
I mean it, Sayori. Your use of metaphors and use of darker thematic imagery was very refreshing to see.
Just do me a favor and don't turn into another Yuri, okay? Well, she already said she probably wouldn't be a good horror writer. Yuri, on the other hand, probably would be.
Natsuki!
Why are you smiling at that?
Kidding, kidding. It was great, Sayori.
Ah, you guys. Help Sayori. Okay, and last but not least... Reverie. Well. One, it's like I can barely tell what this word is. Thanks to the... It's like, I'm sorry, I'm having trouble reading your handwriting. And two, I've never heard of the word reverie. Okay, I guess I'm gonna say reverie. I wake up, cold, black night, silent and still. I fall to my knees, splinters in my hand, dust in the air. Cold. Where am I? I reach for the light I need. Is it there? The switch is pressed. I feel the warmth on my face, in my hands and arms, and my nose. I don't know. It's like, you left that sentence incomplete on purpose, didn't you? It's like, it's little things like this that confuse me. I wake up. It's dark all over. Cold, silent and numb. I reach my hand out. I have no eyes to see, but I can feel it. I press the switch. The warmth fills me. The dark comes again. I die again. I wake up. Noise in my ears. Voices. Cold. I reach out and feel. Nothing. Where is it? Wasn't it real? Wasn't it here? Everyone reaches, but nobody can touch it. The dark comes again. We all die again. I wake up. Here again? Monika bows a little after she finishes. I mull over what she's read. Oh, they're reading them out loud. I don't really get it. I don't get it. Well, I'm kind of with you there. Although, I still think it has to do with her sort of epiphany. Kind of, sort of. Obviously, it's metaphorical, but anyways.
That sounded like something Yuri would have written. Oh, is that a bad thing? Of course not!
What does reverie mean? I don't think I've heard it before. Okay, so I did read the word right, but I don't know if I'm saying it right.
It's an English word that means something like having a pleasant daydream.
Okay. Like revelry? Yeah, I guess so. Reverie, revelry.
But it comes from a French word that means madness.
Madness?
Appropriate for Halloween, isn't it?
Monika's smile is looking a bit more sinister than normal somehow. Oh, well, you haven't seen anything yet.
How cultured.
Yuri looks a bit distressed at the implication of Natsuki's sarcasm, and the idea that Monika's poem sounded like something she might have written.
It's like, are you my doppelganger? Are you trying to steal my life?
Okay, no. Do both meanings relate to the poem? So in other words, it's like, I'm enjoying the madness.
You could say that.
That's my secret, Cap. I'm always insane.
What do you mean? It reflects on how a blissful act can make the pain go away. For a little while.
Okay, so now what? Alright guys, all your poems have been pretty good so far. What do you mean so far? But just wait till you hear my poem. But I didn't write a poem. Well, me. An evil grin stretches across my face as I whip out my poem. Okay.
If you're this confident, I'll be looking forward to your recitation. Did you put extra effort into this one, Daniel?
It's like, yes, just for you. Okay, well, that was sarcasm.
Well, not quite. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
It's not a poem that I wrote myself.
Oh. So then you're taking other people's work!
Daniel!
See, Monica's disappointed in you. Now she hates me again. I'm sorry, Monica, I don't want you to hate me.
But I promise you that it's very appropriate for this occasion.
But you're still taking other people's work. Okay, I guess she's gonna let it go for now.
This is a poem that has an urban legend attached to it. Supposedly, if you read it out loud, you'll be cursed, so something tragic happens to you.
Oh god, no, now you're really tempting fate here.
Maybe even death.
Oh.
Ah! Daniel, that's so scary!
It's like, you bet it sounds scary.
I know, right? It's great. This poem is titled Tomino's Hell, written by a poet named Saijo Yaso. And it just so happens that this is the poem that I will be reading to you all.
Okay, it's like, for the submission of the Midnight Society. Okay, well, we're not the Midnight Society. Or who knows, we pretty much are, we just don't have a campfire. At this very moment.
Daniel! Don't do that! What if something really bad happens to you?
Nothing bad can happen to me. I don't know. Well, who knows, maybe.
Pfft, yeah, right. It's called an urban legend for a reason, you know.
Yeah, like the Loch Ness Monster, or North Dakota. Okay. There I go. I'm sorry. I just love that line from Jimmy Neutron.
Emphasis on legend, as in it's something that's not real. Still.
Well, even if it's not real, it can still kind of make your skin crawl, depending on what it is. And I mean, that's what people who revel in horror really get a kick out of. They live for that kind of thrill and that sense of intrigue and mystery and all that.
I'd like to see the data on all the people who have read the poem so far.
It's like, so is this going to be like The Ring, then?
And statistically speaking, it's likely that something tragic will eventually happen to you anyway.
Yes, it's like, I'll die. In probably, you know, probably a few more decades.
I find that there's always some element of truth behind these stories, though.
Well, the joke's on you. I've already had a lot of tragedy in my life. Or Madge's like, yeah, what if my life is just so tragic that it's like, oh, what the hell, one more can't hurt.
Of course, this truth might not reflect the literal meaning of the stories and legends. However, there's likely a message behind the legend. Yeah, I'm not gullible enough to believe any of this stuff, though.
Alright guys, let's settle down. Settle down, children. Hello. I'm going to read you a poem now. You can all voice your thoughts after I read it. Okay, Tomino's Hell. God, your handwriting is... Okay, no. Let's see. Elder sister vomits blood. Younger sister's breathing fire. While sweet little Tomino just spits up the jewels. Is he a dragon? All alone does Tomino go falling into that hell. A hell of utter darkness. Without even flowers. I don't know, maybe I'll just for the heck of it, I'm not gonna read more. You can go ahead and read the rest of it. Man, these sisters sound crazy. Man, this is a pretty long poem. A fox peony. It's like, okay, I only read up to this part. Am I safe? Not sure if it's just me overthinking it, but I feel a strange chill running down my spine after reading that. It's like, it wasn't so scary. Daniel! That was seriously too scary! Right after I say, that wasn't so scary. It was alright. It was okay. I should probably downplay it, at least for Sayori's sake. Haha, I'd have to agree with Sayori. It had a very creepy old-fashioned feel to it. It kinda did. It makes it sound like the sisters are dragons, though. After hearing that, I wouldn't doubt that something bad looms in your future. Monica! Personally, I found that poem quite beautiful. Of course, it's certainly eerie. But there are a lot of symbols and metaphors that I could pick out just from hearing that one reading. Yeah, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure his sisters aren't literal dragons. Although the big sister does seem like a crazy lunatic, though. I think that I'll have to look into this poem more in my free time. Psh, you guys think that was scary? It was pretty meh, in my opinion. The poet was clearly trying too hard to be edgy and smart. If I may respectfully disagree, the tone and word choice of the poem matches its content. It's not written that way simply to be edgy. After all, if I understood it correctly, Tomino was banished to hell for murdering his own parents. How'd you get that out of the poem? Yeah, I didn't get that out of the poem. Well, you're holding out on us, aren't you? It mentions that Tomino is on his way to Avicii, the lowest of hells in Buddhism. Okay. And killing one's parents is one way to get you sent there. Okay. Oh, well, whatever. I still don't like it. Well, you guys can agree to disagree. Can't we all just get along? And Monica, stop hating me! But whether you like the poem or not, you'd have to agree that
That it and the legend attached to it are pretty interesting, right?
I mean, I guess.
Daniel, I'm gonna have to keep a good eye on you from now on. Just in case the legend comes true.
Sayori, there's probably a bigger chance that something bad will happen to you first, given how clumsy you are. No! I don't want anything bad to happen to her. Hey! We all share a laugh, with Sayori joining in after a moment of pouting. I wonder, is this why we can skip Halloween? Because if you don't want to read the poem? Well, it's like, well, like I said, I only read the first 2 stanzas out loud, and then I just read through it kind of quickly.
Ah, guys, this has been so enjoyable.
It's like the Ring video. It's like, I only saw a few seconds. Does that mean I have like 7 years or something, not 7 days?
It's fun to scare your friends with silly pranks, and dressing up is also a lot of fun. Although, I don't really like horror that much. It's just so scary to think what could be out there.
Stop being a chicken, Sayori. She's not a chicken, she's McCree.
Hey, you're the one who got scared by Monica earlier.
True. The girls all laugh at my expense as I let out a groan. She's never gonna let me live this one down. It's like, okay, well, I have to turn in my man card. Touche. It's pronounced touche. Okay, no.
Anyway, it's ghost story time, right?
Oh, so we still have the ghost stories.
I don't really know many ghost stories, to be honest. Sorry.
How about I tell you the story of Monkey Cat? Okay, no. Or how about the story of the Headless Cabbie? Well, if I could remember the Headless Cabbie story word for word.
But I looked on the internet to find some.
Would this be considered cheating?
Most were super long. Like this one about what was it? Some kind of sleep experiment? Sayori, you're rambling. Oh, oops. Oops! Sorry, I'm new to telling scary stories. I'm curious though, guys. What sights or sounds scare you? I'll be honest with you. Silence scares me, especially after I've read a gripping horror story. Is it just me who finds reverse music really creepy?
Yeah. Like if you take Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up and play it in reverse, that's some pretty creepy stuff. Let me just say it right there. Or well, any song. Or like I think Stairway to Heaven or something if you play that backwards. I forgot what song it was.
My piano teacher showed me a few reversed pieces once. It felt wrong to listen to.
Or how about music played in like G minor? That's pretty scary sometimes.
Especially when there's vocals.
Yes.
You start hearing things that aren't there.
Oh wait, is this like how that Paul is dead thing started? I don't remember how that started.
I don't know. Come on, Natsuki, there has to be something out there that creeps you out.
You'll just laugh.
We won't.
Unless it's clowns. Oops.
She's right, Natsuki. We all shared. What is it?
Nope, Daniel hasn't shared. Natsuki averts her eyes, talking to the floor.
The noises that children's toys make.
Okay, are we talking like electronic lights and sounds, the squeaky toys?
It's like when I'm home alone and I think of like a Jack-in-the-Box playing by itself.
Okay, that is pretty creepy.
It'd creep you guys out too.
Yes, it would, actually. Now I'm with you. I have always found anything to do with children scary, especially in the dark. Okay. You mean like those two twin girls in The Shining? The sound of babies crying, for example. Normally it's annoying, but if I heard it in the dark and there was no one else around, I shiver. Well, it's fitting that you mentioned that, Daniel. What? Don't you remember that argument we had on Halloween back when we were like 10? Well, I'm sure he does. No. Damn, you proved me wrong. Sayori, where is this going? We were both on our way to a Halloween party. It was pretty quiet out, so you could hear everything. I heard the sound of a baby crying, but it wasn't coming from inside anyone's house or anything. There weren't many people on the streets either, and it definitely wasn't one of them. It was coming from down a dark alleyway. A chill runs down my spine as I remember exactly what incident she's talking about. I remember I wanted to go out and investigate. I was scared it was a toddler in danger. But you didn't let me. You were too chicken to... Hey! Okay, we were just in a rush. But anyway, pretty creepy, right? I guess I can kind of see what you mean about babies crying being creepy. I was a bit scared myself. Looking back, I'm glad you convinced me not to go. Guess being a wimp has its perks, huh? It's like Starscream says. Even a coward does mean you survive. Or sometimes being a coward means you survive. Yuri, Sayori, and Natsuki all laugh. Why aren't you laughing, Monica? Seriously, why do you make... You're making me feel like you hate me. Monica, however, looks like she's been slapped in the face. Oh my... Damn it, It's like, I'm making Monica hate me. And I'm not even trying. Guys, do you not realize how lucky you were? What? Huh? Oh god, you guys have no idea. What? Or, as I sometimes say, what? Sayori, did anything seem a bit off about the baby's cry? Sayori scrunches up her face in an attempt to recall. No, not really. Well... What do you remember, Sayori? It did sound a bit repetitive, though. Like if it was being played on a record player or tape recorder. No one uses those anymore. Like, the cries didn't change much. Like it was pre-recorded. Monica's voice shakes as she replies. Guys, that's what serial killers do to lure out young women. Oh my... You're not joking, are you? Oh my god. I actually never thought about that. But in a sense, it's almost like that is... It is just too cruel to do it that way, especially like if a young woman maybe hears a baby crying, she might want to be like, oh no, I have to... It's like the poor child is lost or something, and then... Just... Oh my god. Okay, well, so maybe you don't hate me, but... Still, I'm just like... Whoa. What the hell's wrong with you? I can't help but burst out laughing. What, pretend to be babies? No, I mean... Like I said, they could probably just be playing a tape recorder of a baby's cry and just... You know... Play it on repeat until they catch a victim. Come on, Monica, you had me going for a second there, but you kind of ruined the punchline. Okay, well, I think... Well, it's a good thing that there is no Monica route, because I am pretty sure she would hate your guts about now for joking about stuff like this. She looked straight into my eyes.
No, Daniel. They record a clip of a baby's cries and hide the speaker in a dark place.
See? You can just play a recording of it on repeat. And then you can lure in anyone who hears it.
They prey on women's maternal instincts because they know they're attracted to the sounds of infants in distress.
Okay, you see, Monica knows kind of what I'm getting at. The laughter dies on my lips as a cold, sickening silence takes its place. There. Now do you realize how much of an idiot you sound like?
Oh my god. That's why the cries didn't sound natural.
Because they're just pre-recorded cries.
They just recorded a small segment and replayed it over and over.
It all makes sense now. The unnatural cries in the dark alleyway. A meticulous, calculated effort to ensnare an unsuspecting victim.
Wait, hang on. Didn't Miss Kasumi go missing around that time?
Oh my.
Miss Kasumi used to teach Sayori and I a long time ago. What happened to her exactly?
Sayori shrugs. Let me guess, she vanished without a trace.
We were told that she moved away suddenly to work in a different part of the country, right? People used to spread really scary, horrible rumors about what happened to her, but they don't really make any sense.
Hang on.
She had a child of her own that year, didn't she? Oh my god, she did. And my parents wouldn't really discuss her whenever I asked. They were super dismissive of the whole thing. I always wondered why. Oh my goodness. Wait, you guys actually believe that?
Everybody looks at Natsuki shocked.
Oh, come on! There's no way you guys almost walked into a trap. Besides, that's just an urban legend.
What about that is an urban legend?
What happened to their teacher then? She just disappeared and Daniel's parents refused to talk about it?
Yeah, it's like, now I'm interested here.
I don't know about you, but that just seems pretty convenient for this story.
Well, maybe some things are better left off unanswered, huh? Although I do hope Sayori and I are just misremembering.
Well, on that cheerful note...
Okay, please don't hate me.
How about we move on to the next story? I'd like to nominate Natsuki.
Alright, now it's your time to be in the hot seat.
My story? Natsuki, do you not have one? Hey, I never said that. I do, but it's just... I got off the internet.
You know, didn't Sayori just say that she got her story off the internet? It's like, how convenient, though, that it seemed like she remembered that story. Well, she opened it up with a discussion, and then it led to him being like, oh, well, this is what scares me, and then she's like, okay, well, do you remember? And then... So, I think it unintentionally became a scary story.
I don't like horror. So if it's bad, it's not my fault, okay?
As long as it's not the story of Monkey Cat. Natsuki clears her throat.
Anyway, it's about these two friends named Aoi and Nariko.
Why does this sound familiar to me?
Basically, there was a rumor going around their high school about people going in and out of an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. Most people thought they were drug dealers, but some swore that by the fact that the house was being used by a cult of some sort. Oi and Nariko were pretty outgoing and adventurous, so they decided one night to check the place out. They get to the house, and it's pitch black. It's pitch black out. Luckily, Aoi had brought flashlights for the two of them. Nariko, on the other hand, brought a knife with her, just in case they ran into any trouble. They go inside, and the place reeks. We're talking Daniel's room levels of stink. Oh. Well, you can make fun of him all you want, so as long as it's not directed at me, the player. Hey! Everyone bursts out laughing. Was that really necessary? Not really, but she just had to get a quick jab in there. Sorry, I had to. Anyway, they look around for a bit, and they find a door to the basement, the stairs to the second floor, things like that. Finally, they go into the kitchen and find the source of the smell. There's some weed on the table, and it looks to be recently used. This confirms Aoi's suspicions that it's just a drug dealer, and she wants to leave. Nariko, on the other hand, still wants to snoop around for a bit. They get into an argument with each other, and Nariko calling Aoi a coward because she thinks Aoi wants to leave since she's afraid of all the rumors. Then Nariko goes, "Yeah, well, if you're not afraid, then go down into the basement." Aoi gladly accepts and walks over to the basement door. As soon as she opens it, she feels a sharp pain in her back, and before she can react, she gets pushed down the stairs. She tumbles down the stairs, and once she hits the bottom, she realizes she can't feel her legs. Her vision is blurred, but she can barely make out a frightening figure at the top of the stairs with a knife. The last thing Aoi hears before she passes out is Nariko's footsteps as she descends down the stairwell, and an old grizzled voice say, "This one will do nicely." The very next day, Nariko and Aoi call in sick. Interesting. It's kind of a shame, really, because they miss out on all the talk about how someone heard strange animal-like growls coming from the old abandoned house on the outskirts of town. So, yeah. Hope you liked it or whatever. What happened to Nariko and Aoi at the end? Yeah. Like, seriously. What even? They didn't die, did they? Use your imagination. I hate when they do that. Nice story, Natsuki. Cults usually provide good fodder for horror stories. Indeed, I've read quite a few novels involving cults. Doesn't Portrait of Markov involve something like that? Or you can just look at Nexpo's YouTube channel. Something similar, yes. Speaking of Yuri and horror stories, how about you go next, Yuri? Me? Alright then. Give it your best shot. You're walking alone one pale autumnal night. The moon is graceful, casting her light down like snowdrops. As you continue down your path, something shambles behind you. You turn around to look for what it might be, but all you see is a cluster of leaves rustled by the pale air. Slowly returning, you notice the lights in every house around you going out, then flickering before fully extinguishing. With tentative steps, you advance towards one of them to investigate. Just as you're about to reach the window, you hear something snapping behind you. A broken twig is all that remains. Uncertainty floating around inside your head, you unconsciously start walking faster, away from the suburbs. Eventually, you find solace in silence, the only sound being your heartbeat. It's quiet. Nothing bad seems to be happening now. In fact, nothing at all seems to be happening. Oh my god, those are the scary Yuri eyes. Okay, thank you for... Or no, well, there's a bunch of scary Yuri eyes. Confused, You look around to see that you're in front of your house in the street. No one is stirring, nor are there any lights. Gently pacing towards your house, you go through the door. The lights are on, the television is on, but no one is in sight. This is unusual. You were expecting your parents to be home tonight. Had they gone out without telling you? No, that couldn't be it. They'd always let you know where they'll be. You pull out your phone and open your contacts to give them a call. However, no one is registered in there anymore. No matter how hard you try to remember, you can't call out to them. Suddenly, there is a heavy knock on the door. You peer through the keyhole, but see no one. Another knock. Another. Oh my god, no. Another. Okay. Man. Like I said, I just have bad memories associated with that. You cautiously open the door, but there is still no one there. No one anywhere. How did this happen? Why are you alone in this piercing silence? Silence so loud it fills the air. You do not know, and there isn't any way for you to find out. That's it? What a dumb story. Well, I didn't really think so, but well. The whole idea of nothing to fear but fear itself. It's literally kind of like about the power of fear. Nothing even happened. Where were all the scary monsters and stuff? Oh, this sucks. Where are all the robots? There is no greater fear than the unknown, Natsuki. Oh, she got you there. Sharp claws can be prepared for. Enigmatic silence cannot. What's more fearful? Something you know is coming for you? Or feeling safe when you are in fact not? She got you again. Quite a somber note to end your story on, Yuri. We can always count on you for a good horror tale, huh? Anyway, I'll go next. Okay, this ought to be interesting. Although, a scary story. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've come up with a ghost story before. I haven't read too many horror stories either. Well, I guess that isn't a surprise. Just make one up then. It'll be fun. You best stop believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. Well, I can't say I've tried that before. Are you trying to get out of telling a story? Of course not. Now that I think about it, there is one I've heard of. It's like, well, trust me, if this was the Monica after story Monica, well, she knows a lot of ghost stories. Monica's expression turns serious. The mood in the room turns serious. She uses the same intensity she did for when she read her poems, and everyone quiets down. A number of years ago, Tanabata had come along, as it does every year. It's a story of a lost little girl. Where am I? She cried. She cried and cried, hoping desperately she could find someone to help her. But the little girl was alone. Nobody could hear her. But just as all hope seemed lost, she heard a voice. Isn't the night wonderful? The girl looked up. Where before there was nobody, there was now a man in an elegant yukata. He wore what looked like a Noah mask, but it was completely blank. Behind the man stood a stall, masks and lanterns of all sorts hanging from it. How rude of me, the man admonished himself. Welcome, dear customer. Your heart seems unhappy. Why not take a look at my wares? The man said as he gestured to the mask behind him. Happy mask salesman? Please, take one that will bring a smile to your face. The girl looks at the masks. There were ones that looked frightening, ones that looked strange, ones that looked exotic, and many others. What about your mask, mister? The girl asked. I'm sorry, but this mask is very special. It's not for sale. The little girl looked sad. I like that mask. It looks really cool. The man laughed softly. It has been called many things, but this is perhaps the first time it has been called cool. Would you like a fruit? The man asked, picking one from the tree behind him. They're sweet and delicious. The girl reached out to take it, but the man pulled his hand back. What? Ah, they're not for children. The girl was confused. But just tonight, it should be fine, he said as he offered his hand once again. In the festival of the night, children can become adults, and adults become children. That sounds a bit weird. Is that true? Asked the girl, and the man reassured her it was. The girl took the fruit and bit into it. It was unlike anything she had tasted before. It was almost overwhelming, but the flavor was wonderful. It's good, the girl said happily. It's good. The man laughed again. I'm glad you think so. There's plenty. So please, eat all you like. As she ate, the man took down a mask. What about this one? The girl took the mask. It looks like me, but she looks like a princess, the girl said in awe. Do you like it? Please take it. But what about money? Asked the girl. I don't need any money. Instead, I would like to be friends. Is that okay? Stranger danger. Of course, the girl agreed. From now on, we're friends. Stranger danger, stranger danger. I'm glad, the man said with gratitude. Why not put on your mask? The girl did so. She was overcome with a strange feeling. Why is it... Ah, at long last. Long have I dreamt of this moment. My dear, my Eve, my only friend. The man smiled beneath his mask as he spoke as the light of the stars began to fade. For it is the festival of the night where children become adults and adults become children. Let it be known. Another unconventional horror story, I see. Yup, I guess monsterless horror stories are more popular than you'd think. Yeah, very true. Especially the psychological horror. I rather like the mysterious tone myself. It's very reminiscent of Asian horror stories. You guys have a weird sense of what's scary. I mean, this story isn't necessarily meant to scare you to death. Spirits don't have to be just frightening, you know? Well, it is Halloween. Aren't things supposed to be scary today? Man, it's like, you're not into horror, but you want scary stuff. Which one do you want? But Halloween is fun too, not just scary. Alright, you guys, break it up. Show's over. Let's just all agree to disagree again. Yeah, exactly. Monica smiles gratefully at me, while Natsuki shoots me a disgruntled look. I'm disgruntled. And yeah, you don't hate me. Anyway, guess it's my turn to tell a story. What did you dig up? So this is something that actually happened to a friend of mine. Oh, really? A friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend? Yes, really. So what happened to Sayori then? Huh? This story's about me? No, I'm sure it's not. Is that true, Daniel? What? No, it's not. Okay. There's an appropriate place to say, no, it's not! Let's just get on with the story, shall we? Right. Anyway. So this friend of mine lived alone in an apartment building. He lived in the downtown area and loved to party all night, and one night he went out as usual. However, when he stumbled back home in the early hours of the morning, he realized that he'd lost his keys and was locked out of his apartment. So he ended up having to call his landlord,
who was pissed at having to wake up in the middle of the night to let him back in. But in the end, he was able to get home safely. So that's all that matters, right? Don't tell me that's the end of the story.
I can certainly relate to that comforting feeling.
Right, but when he got inside, he noticed that his keys were actually right on his nightstand. Or actually on his nightstand. So he didn't lose them after all. He just forgot them.
They weren't an extra set that his landlord lent him?
Nope, he was able to recognize them by the keychain he attached to it.
So, that's it?
You gotta be kidding me! Lame.
Pretty much, yeah. What's so scary about that?
Well, I guess the idea of losing your keys and not being able to get inside of your house or apartment, which can sometimes be disastrous. Guess you haven't realized it yet, huh?
What do you mean? The apartment was locked when he got back, right?
Oh. Okay, maybe it's not as lame as I thought it was. Exactly, so how could it be locked if he didn't have his keys?
Yeah, I got that part. But his keys were still in the apartment. So how do you suppose he locked them in? Huh? Someone must have gone into his apartment and placed them inside, then locked the door themselves from the inside.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. I mean, it makes sense.
And the only sets of keys were my friend's and his landlord's, so... Whoever it was who brought his keys back was still in the apartment when he got home. But who was it then? He never found out. Huh? You're gonna make me permanently paranoid. That was quite an enjoyable story, Daniel.
Well, after Yuri explained it a little bit, I thought like, oh, now I can see why it's kind of unsettling. But yeah, it's like, when that happened, I thought like, what's so scary about that? Well, yeah, it's like somebody was in there.
Although it was short, the realization at the end definitely made up for that.
Yes, it did. Okay, I take back what I said about that being lame.
Plus, the story calls on real fears of things like squatters, stalkers, and killers. Who knows? Maybe one of us has a squatter living in our own home, hidden away, never to be found.
Living inside the walls. Okay, no.
Stop right there! I don't even want to think about it! Okay, that story wasn't half bad.
Heh, glad you all liked it.
I'll have to admit, this has been pretty fun, guys.
Now let's get out of here before bad things happen.
Yeah, it really has. We should do this sort of stuff more often. Sayori, Halloween only comes around once a year. Oh yeah. If I may make a suggestion...
Christmas party!
Well... As it's fitting for the mood... Would you like to try the Kokuri-san game?
I don't know what that is.
Huh? What's that?
Yes, please explain to me.
Oh, that Ouija board thing? Pfft, isn't that just some urban legend? Only if you believe it is, Natsuki.
Ouija board stuff, huh? On one hand, although it's not very hard to scare me, I'm a bit skeptical about ghosts. Although I've heard from a lot of people that messing around with the dark arts is a dangerous business. I mean, we're in a dark school, late at night, with no one else around. If we really did open a portal for a malevolent spirit to enter our world, who knows what could happen? Nah, that's a bit too far-fetched. At least, if the spooky ghost girl kills me, I won't have to do that math homework that I've been procrastinating for a week. I guess that's one way to look at it. But people die when they're killed. Seems a lot more tempting now. Can you tell us more, Yuri? Of course. So, Kokori-san is the name of the spirit we'll summon. The name comprises 3 animals. A fox, Kuk, a dog, Ku, and a raccoon, Ri. Each animal represents something different. For example, the dog is loyal and protecting, while the fox is a trickster or a teacher. You can ask Kokori-san different things. You can ask who loves you, whether you'll become rich, etc. Hang on. I can ask it anything? A devilish smile crosses her face. Why don't we ask Kokori-san when we're going to die? Yuri looks aghast, nervously fiddling with a strand of hair. Natsuki, there are some questions you shouldn't ask, and that's one of them. Now come on, Yuri. Oh great, you're gonna encourage her. Okay, well I guess he's just being a good boyfriend, but probably a bad time to encourage her. This is the perfect time for it. I don't think you realize what you're getting into. Yeah, it's like there's some things you just don't want or need to know. There are many stories of people messing around with spirits, all ending with awful consequences. Ah, come on, Yuri. Besides, it's part dog. If it starts trying to possess someone, we can just throw a stick for it. Also, it's a Shinto spirit, not a demon or ghost. Natsuki is wearing a bone outfit, and we all know dogs love bones. So, it's just her who has to worry. Natsuki would have made a wonderful Medusa with a death stare like that. Well, seeing as we've already broken in and have some illegal contraband on our hands... Ah yes, the bottle of special juice. She shoots a wink at Yuri, who ducks her head down, blushing. See, I'm telling you, she's still thinking about it. Adding an animalistic wraith into the mix. Well, might as well. Yay! That's the spirit! That's the spirit. Okay then. Let's begin the preparations. With the ritual set up and the candles dimmed, we're ready to go. We also had to open a window, which, according to Yuri, allows the spirit to enter and exit. The ambient noises from outside permeate the room, adding to the atmosphere within. So, what happens now? Oh my... Okay. Place a coin on the red gate. Oh. The torii is where the spirit enters and exits. Now everyone, please place your index finger on the coin. After a bit of crowding, we managed to squeeze the tip of everyone's finger onto the coin. Be careful not to let go of the coin. What happens if we do? You will die. Actually, I don't know, so... Please don't. Fine. Let's get on with this already. Alright. Yuri visibly composes herself and continues. Kokori-san, if you're here, please move this coin. At first, nothing happens. Just as Natsuki thought, a silly urban legend... No way. There is no way the coin just moved. My eyes have to be playing tricks on me. The coin, initially on the red torii, slowly slides across to yes. Ooh! Did you guys see that? Even Natsuki is in a state of disbelief. Alright, who did that? Alright, who fired the tickle... Alright, who fired the tickle spinner? Real jokester you are. Very funny. The crickets outside can be heard clearly in the silence that follows. No one steps up to claim responsibility for the coin's movement. Where are you, Monica? Wow, so that's how it's gonna be, huh? Whoever it was, just tell us already. More crickets. Fine, I'm not bringing cupcakes anymore until someone admits to it. But not Spooky. Stop calling me that! I bet it was Yuri. She was the one who suggested this. Me? I would never. I guess Yuri is a scaredy cat. It wasn't me either. Yes, Sayori's a scaredy cat too. So that leaves Daniel and Monica. You're forgetting someone. What if you did it? Natsuki, have you considered that maybe, just maybe, it really is Kokori-san moving the coin? Yeah, right, there's no such things as ghosts. Kokori-san is a spirit, not a ghost. Same difference. Well, all I have to say is that I didn't do it. Natsuki's skeptical glare causes me to hurry on. But I know there's got to be some sort of scientific explanation for this. Okay, Mr. Science. I can't seriously be witnessing the paranormal. The paranormal, can I? Okay, Einstein, what's your scientific explanation for this then? Magnetic waves in the air. I'm working on it. Uh-huh. It has to be one of us doing it. I know. Why don't we ask Kokori-san something that Daniel and I couldn't have known? Given that you seem to suspect us the most. It's like, Monica, are you shipping me with you? Okay, anyways. Okay then, Sayori, ask it something. But what should I ask? I don't know, anything that Daniel and Monica couldn't have known. Oh, I know! Kokori-san, can you tell me what I have on the top shelf of my refrigerator? What kind of question is that supposed to be? Sorry, I guess I'm kinda hungry. You always are. The banner peters out as we expectantly watch the coin. Suddenly the coin jerks a little to the right. Natsuki squints as she scrutinizes each of our faces. Meanwhile, the rest of the girls' eyes seem to be glued to the coin, Yuri's face blanching at each further movement. Everyone seems to be waiting with bated breath as the coin slowly inches over to the letter R. A. Yuri's eyes widen while Sayori's eyes widen while Yuri ever so slightly backs away from the paper. The coin carries on moving. R-A-M-E. Ramen? Ramen? They're leftovers. Sayori, you've really got to eat more healthily. But it's so tasty. Should we really be using Kokori-san to answer such frivolous questions? Okay, okay, all hail the Mistress of Horror. What would you ask Kokori-san? That wasn't frivolous at all. We were proving whether or not it was one of us moving the thing. And now you have your answer. None of us moved it. Yeah, because, like, you were watching all of us, right? Wait, so is that supposed to mean it was Kokori-san who moved it? Monica seems awfully cheery at this revelation. Man, Monica, does anything faze you? I've just been in much scarier scenarios than this. Monica, is there something you want to share with the rest of the class? Plus, I've got to stay confident as the president, you know? I see. Ah, so Kokori-san is real then? Apparently. I tried to get you all to take this seriously.
I mean, you can't really blame us for thinking that this was all a fake.
No one calls me the F word. Okay.
I do still think there's a trick to this.
Okay, what's the trick then?
Natsuki? Whatever, if you want to take this seriously, then I'll just take this to serious places, alright? Natsuki?
Uh-oh.
Kokori-san, what is the date of my death?
Yuri throws me a frightened look as we wait for the coin to move again. Oh my god, no. Like, please don't tell me that there's going to be any exit music type of endings in this, and that I'm going to get it. Her fingers feel cold as ice against mine. Slowly the coin moves from the letter N and inches over to the numbers. November? Wait, November 31st. 10. 28. Or, Natsuki 10/31/28, 2018. So then, technically, you died almost 2 years ago.
That's today.
So this game takes place in 2018.
I don't like this anymore, guys. Some questions are better off not being asked.
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, no one's listening to me or you, Yuri.
That can't be true, right? Kokori-san, what about the other girls in this room?
You conveniently left me out of the equation. Oh my god, please don't tell me. Is this gonna be like, you die? Right now? The coin doesn't move.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
No. That's where... I don't know.
Don't you want to know the date of your own death?
But she said the other girls, unless... Natsuki, are you... Okay, I know I said about turning in my man card, but come on. Yeah, like some piece of paper and a coin is gonna tell me that.
You looked pretty scared earlier.
Shut up. As I move away, Yuri gasps.
Daniel, we haven't properly finished the game yet.
Oh wait, so... Can nobody leave this room then?
There's a certain procedure. Ugh, there's no point. He already broke the finger on the coin rule. What do we do?
Sorry, Yuri. I'll come back to help you guys finish in a bit. Oh boy. It's like, what has he done?
You better hurry up, Daniel.
Monica, you're not helping. Whew. Finally out of the club room. It's like, I need to get out of here. I can't believe that game actually scared me. So you admit it. Although I'm curious to know who it was who rigged the game.
It had to have been rigged, right?
God, I'm getting kind of... Oh. The bathroom is pitch black when I open the door, save for the faint moonlight glinting off the bathroom mirror. I'm not feeling too... The contrast between the darkness and the shining glass dazzles me for a moment, until I notice it. The dark figure within the glass who's standing completely still. And all the urban legends that I've heard of involving mirrors begin to rush through my head. Some instinct inside me stops me from moving, as if doing so would stop me from being noticed. I don't even dare to take a breath. As my eyes start to water from the lack of oxygen, the figure in the mirror seems to start wavering as well. Crap. I can't take it anymore. As I bend over to take a wheezing breath, the figure ducks down as well. Huh? Is that my reflection? Oh. Scanning my surroundings, I quickly jump to the light switch and flick it on as fast as possible. The fluorescent lights overhead flicker to life, confirming my suspicions. I glare at my reflection and then snort, Haha, you're scared of your own reflection. Lucky that no one else was here to see that, except for me and whoever decides to watch this video. I slam a stall door shut on compulsion, as a sign of bravado to myself, I guess. Cringing at the shockingly loud echoes of the door, reverberating around the bathroom, I can't help but remain quiet now. The frigid tap water at the sinks reminds me of Yuri's icy hands during the game. I should probably hurry back. That was probably the most nerve-wracking trip to the bathroom I've ever taken. I shake my head. Snap out of it, Daniel. All these stories aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. It's awfully quiet inside the room. Oh no! I wonder what witchcraft the girls are up to now. Oh god, this music sounds so menacing. Stepping into the classroom, a pang of fear and adrenaline shoots through my heart. Well, I can only guess what if they were all in cahoots on this, but we'll see. At first glance, the girls seem to have disappeared. But I quickly realize that they haven't disappeared. They're all collapsed on the floor and desks. Oh, very convincing, guys. Yeah, I totally believe that you're all actually dead. Very funny. A slight rustling gets my attention. Something in my peripheral vision moves on the Kokuri-san paper. Curious, I amble over. You should never have come. What? Okay, I'm gonna lower my volume now because I'm starting to legit freak out here. Why is the coin spelling this out? Wait, more importantly, how is the coin moving by itself? Yeah, so you definitely can't say that someone rigged it, especially if the girls are all collapsed on the floor. My mind flashes back to what Yuri said before I left. We hadn't properly finished the game, so you killed them. There was a certain procedure that we were supposed to follow, and I'm guessing nobody leaves, or, well, more importantly, nobody takes their finger off the coin until the game is finished, or leaves the room. But what happens if you don't do all that? Hold on, it's not like ghosts are real, though. Okay, Okay, there's still no volume. Right? They must be playing a prank on me right now. Right? I reach down to shake Monica's shoulder. She's lying prone on the floor, and I can't help but feel a dread that her body will be cold. As I start to reach down, I freeze. Are those footsteps outside? Okay, well, I'm just gonna turn on the volume and, well, if I, like, get all jumpy and whatever, I'm sorry. No one else is supposed to be in the school, right? Apparently not. In a panicked state, I scan the bodies on the floor. All the girls are here, so the footsteps grow louder and louder. They don't sound normal. Almost like they're shuffling or dragging along. Is this real? Am I starting to hear things now? The blood rushing through my ears is drowning out the sound of the footsteps. Oh god, the music's kind of getting more eerie. Where are they now? I can't tell. Are they close by? Should I hide? How much time until they reach the club room? I can't tell. Crap, crap, crap. I throw myself to the floor, squeezing my eyes shut. Okay, now I'm gonna lower the volume all the way. The sound of my heart hammering in my chest is almost deafening. Over the drumming of my heart, I hear it. The footsteps stopping right outside the club room. Please, please, please don't open the door. As the door rattles open, there's an awful, sickening silence. Until someone Or something breathes. Oh god, I hear it now. Some kind of raspy gurgling. And a low, deep vocalization. Something that sounds off, as if someone had warped the sound in a computer program. Something completely and utterly unnatural that raises the hair on the back of my neck. Popo. I feel absolutely paralyzed. My muscles are tense, my jaw is aching from my clenching it shut in nervousness. But if I relax, the adrenaline running through my body would immediately give me away with my trembling. As the sweat trickles down the side of my head, I hear it drawing near. A warm moistness settles on my neck, as if someone were breathing over me. I dare not even breathe. The idea of breathing in the fetid smell of its breath nearly triggers my gag reflex. Am I just imagining this? I can't be, can I? I can't think of any way that this could all be just a simple prank. If it is, it's a very elaborate one. There's no way any of the girls could have manufactured this being that feels wrong to its very core. The temptation to satisfy my curiosity and look at whatever's hovering over me is almost overpowering. But an instinct within demands that I keep my eyes shut. So I'm not going to see this thing until he has to open his eyes then. I can't help but feel a dread that something horrific will happen if I look up. All I can think to do is pray for this thing to go away. Please go away, please go away, please go away. Maybe this mantra can help me drown out the sheer fear I'm feeling. Bakuman, lose your power. Bakuman, lose your power. Okay, no. While soundlessly chanting my mantra over and over in my head, I realize that the room has gone quiet. Suspiciously quiet. And so is my computer volume. It's too soon to move, isn't it? Yeah. It's like this is just to lure you into a false sense of security. I'll give it 5 minutes until I peek out the room. You know, because if the monster doesn't show up in 5 minutes, we get to leave. Seconds turn into years, seconds turn to years, turn to decades. I can't tell how much time has passed, and given my panicked state of mind, I don't trust myself to judge time well. It feels like an hour has passed, but it's probably more like a minute or two. Or has it been 5 minutes? Should I open my eyes? Should I? Hold on. Shouldn't I be getting help for the others soon? But if something happens to me, then I can't get help for them anyway. What should I do? How much longer should I hold out for? Oh great, please don't tell me that it's gonna make me have to answer some kind of... Well, I guess just in case it does. I can't believe that this is actually happening. I've gone insane, haven't I? Do I dare open my eyes? I strain to hear something, anything. Okay, well there's still nothing going on. But it's completely silent. Yep, I hear that now. Do I dare? Do I? Maybe I should, if only to end this torment. Screw it. Okay, the music's not back yet. I cautiously open my eyes, the smallest bit, peeking out from behind a curtain of lashes. Nothing's there. Just an empty classroom. Even the girls are gone. A wave of relief cascades through my body, and as quietly as I dare, I let out the breath I've been holding in. I lay there for a bit, breathing heavily. Slowly,
I get up and walk over to Monica and desperately shake her. In my hysterical state, I can't help but think that she's probably dead. Monica! Monica, please wake up! Your face. I knew it! I knew you were in cahoots with each other. You all planned this. Monica! My what? You should have seen your face. Hold on, you were pretending to be dead. How could you see my face? Okay, well, I guess crisis averted. I can turn the volume back on now, for sure. She sits up, emerald eyes, tearing up from mirth. What, did you think we were actually dead? Kind of? Her laughter fills the room as the other girls also sit up. I'm sorry for scaring you twice in one night, Daniel. Well, this one went a lot further, because all four of you were in on this. I know it. But as you said, it is Halloween. So then how the hell did all that stuff happen? This whole thing, it was just a prank? It's just a prank, bro. The board, the footsteps, Of course. Of course. Yuri told me about Kokuri-san a week before Halloween, so I was able to rig the answers. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so my suspicions are right. They were all in cahoots on this prank. It wasn't a ghost or anything like that, dummy. Sayori would have said that Kokori-san was right no matter what answer Monica made it give. Okay. So Monica... Yeah, I guess Monica rigged it to say ramen, and Sayori would have been like, oh, yes, clearly that's it. And the footsteps? There are some little speakers that I hid outside the classroom. I see you're taking a page from those serial killers that you were talking about. Sayori had the idea to pre-record some footsteps and send them to me so we can make it sound like there was something coming. I sigh as all of the tension leaves my body. At least there was a rational explanation for all of this. All the others laugh. I can't help but join in. As the other girls laugh. Yeah, they got me fair and square. Huh. Okay, guys, I'll admit. Well played. You got me good. Oh, but wait, what about the thing that was breathing on him? I'm curious, though. How did you get another person to agree to this? Yep. The stereotypical, yeah, you guys, you got me good, and I especially love the monster or whatever, and then they're gonna say like, what are you talking about? We didn't do that. Huh? What do you mean? Come on guys, the game's up. I know it was just a prank. No, seriously, what do you mean? Are you really gonna keep up the joke? You know, the guy that came inside while I was on the floor? So let me get this straight. You saw my face, but you didn't see the guy that was coming in. He was all gurgly and raspy and kept making these noises. It was Wheezing Ed. Like, he was saying... Well, I'll sound dumb when I try to mimic him, but it sounded like he was saying Po. Po, po, po. Daniel, what are you talking about? We didn't ask anyone else to help out. After all, we couldn't take the risk of having someone report that we trespassed. Indeed, Monica's ruse was simply to rig the Kokuri-san ritual and use the speakers. Who are you talking about? Did none of you see this or hear this? As far as we're concerned, we're the only ones in the building. What? You guys are completely serious now? The girls all nod at me. The only things I did were deliberately moving the coin around while I was touching it and rigging the speakers. Nothing else. That's right. Sayori, you swear that you're telling the truth. You swear that you're telling me the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you. I am. You am?
Sayori would never lie like that to me, so that means... Wait, so you guys didn't hear it? They all exchange looks of bewilderment. Am I actually losing my mind? Nothing makes sense anymore! Like Yuri said, I'm pretty sure it's just us in the building. Or maybe it's Wheezing Ed. Man, how many times am I going to reference Hey Arnold now? You're honestly telling me you didn't hear anything? The girls share a look of alarm. Daniel, relax! Don't tell me to relax! I'm losing my mind here! There was nothing else there. So says you. It's okay. No, it's not. Yeah, even if there was some spooky ghost, I would have kicked its butt. The tinge of humor along with Sayori's reassurance helps me calm down a little. I'm not exactly convinced, but if the others didn't see or hear anything, and they were in the same room, then I must have imagined it. Right? Okay, everyone. It's getting late. Let's clean up and call it a night. Are we just... Okay, well... Fine, I guess some mysteries are better left unsolved, right? I used to think that I'd grown out of Halloween. But today made me realize that anyone can enjoy it. Horror can be fun. Maybe I'll talk to Yuri more about that stuff. You okay? No. Huh? Yeah, I'm good. I was just thinking about the Ouija board. Or Ouija board. I don't know how you pronounce that. That thing really got to you, huh? I was a little scared too, even though I knew Monica was behind it all. Anyway, I'll see you in school tomorrow. Good night. See ya, Sayori. As I turn to walk home, I can't help but laugh. Wait. We live next door, why are we... whatever. As I turn and walk home, I can't help but laugh. Yeah, those girls got me good. I never saw that coming. And the bit where the coin was moving by itself was really good too. Wait. Monica only said that she rigged the actual ritual. Not that she moved the coin around afterwards. Not to mention, there's no way she could have moved it when she was on the floor. Yeah. Okay, so that part is still... The coin, the entity. So does that mean... I take it back. I hate Halloween. Okay, well I think I am just going to call it there. Okay, well then anyways, there it is again. Why does that